In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, one God, Amen. Welcome back to another episode of Happy Mondays, where we try to begin our week on a positive note, but the past couple of weeks, it's been anything but happy and joyful, and I gotta be honest, today we're gonna take a little bit of longer time to talk about certain things that I think we ought to talk about. Today's lesson is titled, You Are a Chosen Generation. You are a chosen generation. 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. Now, I love the book of Peter because this is written for an audience who are being persecuted. They were Gentiles, newly converted Christians, and just because they were Christians, they were being attacked and they were being killed. To make things worse, there were false teachers who penetrated through their community and were converting people to false worship. So Peter is telling them, listen, I understand that you are being attacked. I understand that your group is being killed, but I have something to tell you. You are a chosen generation. Don't be distracted about all the things that are happening. You have a mission to accomplish. You are chosen for a purpose, and that purpose is to spread love. And the entire theme of 1 Peter is to talk about, regardless of how bad things are, they have to remember this particular community, they're chosen for a purpose. And this goal of this community is to spread love. He talks about this throughout his letter. Last week, I posted a video about the importance of how our generation should be better than the previous. In light of the current civil war that's taking place, I tried to plead with everyone to please spend more time talking about love instead of things that are divisive. Unfortunately, this past week I've seen on social media, things have gotten worse. People that I love dearly, people that I care about, people that I've served with, people that I've called my friends, I've seen them fighting against one another over ethnic backgrounds. I've seen people spitting out the same rhetoric that we've been listening to the last 30, 40 years. I have to say, this is breaking my heart. We were supposed to be the generation of hope. We were that chosen generation that everyone was looking forward to say, look, finally there's someone coming who's going to unite us. But this past week, we started a second war. The first one is the civil war that's happening. The second one is the one that's taking place in social media. And what breaks my heart is the social media war is taking place where we are fighting each other with words and not understanding that this is just another civil war we've created under the media, under the platform of social media. We have created this war, and we are fighting one another using words. Sometimes we use biblical verses, pretending to be praying, while really what we're doing is we're throwing shades at one another. I pray that my tribe will prevail. This is not a prayer God will accept. Other times we post things that look innocent, but really they're not there to produce any type of dialogue or peace or to start a healthy discussion. The post that I'm reminded of is the one that says, if you're going to comment on any politics, comment on the entire Ethiopia. And then people, we know that posts like this is directed at a specific group of people. Comments such as this, it's not helping the cause. No one is winning. If you're unhappy with the way things are going, then listen, we have to stop. This is dangerous. People are dying. What you don't seem to understand is each time you're posting something, there's a 14-year-old child in a rural part of Ethiopia that's watching these posts. These things go viral. It reaches his lap. And he thinks, okay, the people you're telling me to hate, they must be enemies. I'm going to go kill them. And this is how a war started. Through social media. We're contributing to innocent people dying back home. Please, please, stop. Other times I've seen people posting on social media, oh, they're horrible people. You guys do this. You guys do. I've heard people talking. Nasuko aurinacho setan nazima setan nacho. How do you expect to start peace or a peaceful discussion after you just referred to someone as the devil? How do you expect so if you're trying to create peace with somebody, you go and you say, hey, you're the devil. Do you think the other response is going to be, okay, let's discuss about how I'm the devil? Do you think anyone is going to do that? Not to mention the fact that calling someone the devil is an insult to God, who created human beings in his own image. You're insulting God when you do this. Number two, you're hurting the cause. You're hurting the cause. Each time you're calling someone the devil, people are not going to sit down to have a peaceful discussion because they're going to be on the offense. But thirdly, you're offending the devil. The devil worked hard at retaining the status of being called the bad guy. He wants that title. He worked hard for it. The devil wants to be the bad guy. Every time you're calling someone else the devil, you're taking away credit from the devil. So you've managed to disappoint God and the devil at the same time. No one is winning. No one. We have to stop doing what we're doing. Like I said, today, I'm going to get real. If you're disappointed by the things that I'm saying, don't follow my channel. Stop listening to me. But the reality is, people are dying. And we have to be that chosen generation who are not mixed up in all these things, but really focus about the innocent people that are dying. Why are we fighting? You know, if you take time to listen to the rhetoric that's being spit out by the different groups of people, we have more in agreement than the things that we're being fighting about. A few months back, the community, people from the Oromo community went out and they said genocide. Innocent people are dying. Then a few months later, the people from the Amhara community went out and said genocide. People are dying. And now people from the Tigray community are screaming out, people are dying, genocide. It seems to me we're in agreement. I don't know why we're fighting. It seems like we keep fighting about things, but we have more things that we agree on than things that we are fighting about. But the truth of the matter is, I don't care where you are in this political spectrum, there are people behind the scenes who are injecting political affiliations behind this scream of genocide. Some of you guys might be young to remember this, but when we went to war with Al-Qaeda, there were these insurgents who would bring out innocent children and they would hide behind them. And then when the American soldiers would come, like they would use the kids as shields and go to war. And the idea being, if the Americans killed their children, they would go to the group and say, look, innocent people died. They killed them. But really, the insurgents are using them as shields. This is exactly what's happening. People are screaming out innocent children, but really they're injecting politics. A few months back when the people from Oromo justifiably are saying people are dying, people are injecting politics. Jawar, that's a political figure. He's a political figure. If we're there to talk about innocent children, let's talk about innocent children. And then a few months later, when the people from the Amhara folks are coming out and saying innocent children are dying, people are saying Abiy. He's a political figure. And now when people are saying, look, innocent people are dying in Tigray, people are screaming out TPLF. TPLF is a political organization. Let's stop hiding behind our political affiliations and let's focus on the innocent people we claim we care about. Now, some people say objection. Are you saying we can't talk about politics? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying let's focus about innocent children. Look, we can't talk about politics if people are dead. We have to save people right now. Right now. apart from everything else that we're doing, let's focus on the real innocent people that we care about. You know what's a shame? Is when COVID hit, the Taliban, of all the groups, the Taliban said, let's cease fire. As much as we care about killing people, we care about safety. And they really stopped war and terrorizing people on the name of COVID. If we can't learn from God to love one another, let's learn from the Taliban. The goal for this week is to take time and reach out to another person that you disagree with and that you've been fighting with, and just tell them that you care about them. You care about them. Let's recognize each other's humanity. We are brothers and sisters. Please, we keep talking about Rwanda. We're headed in that direction. We're headed in that direction. So whatever you're doing on social media, understand you are part of the problem. And this is why we have a war right now. Stop. You are a chosen generation. Our job is to remind people to love one another. That's why we are here. Let the other people do the other things. Your job is to remember that we are to love one another unconditionally. Really innocent people are dying on all sides. It is our job to remind the world that peace and love is needed. But the direction we're going, throwing these shades on social media, trying to fight with one another and expecting peace to come down, that's not how it's going to come down. Everybody take a step back and understand we are in a crisis. Please, guys, this is serious. This is serious. We have to take time to say, let's calm down. And let's truly care about the people that are dying, not hiding, not using them as shields to keep pushing our political agenda, but really care about anyone. No one is a monster. No one is the devil. Everyone is the child of God. We love everyone. And it is with this mindset that we can truly have a good future. We are a chosen generation. Our job is to spread love.